collided with another train, the Palasa Express, en route to Visakhapatnam. The accident has taken the life of 13 people and about 50 have been injured in it. Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy will be visiting the accident site, and officials have said that the death toll is likely to mount. The collision of the trains led to the derailment of bogies in Andhra Pradesh's Visakhapatnam district. Union Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav spoke to the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy and said that rescue operations are underway. Pictures on your screen are of the NDRF and SDRF teams that are deployed at the site. Even as the death toll is expected to go up, at this point in time, there's a confirmation that's come in of 13 people being killed in this accident. The number of injured is at 50 and the death toll could now mount. Now, what we are given to understand is that the Chief Minister, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, will also be at the accident site to take stock, even as the Railway Minister has ordered an inquiry into what went wrong. Let's go across to Prajwal, who is reporting from the site of the accident. He has more details on what's happening. Prajwal, good morning. To begin with, take us through the rescue operations that are taking place.
Nupur, now we're also getting an information that the Vizianagaram Joint Collector Mayur has stated that the death toll has gone up to 14 as well. So one more person has died is the latest information that is coming in at this point of time. But this particular rescue ops as well as the track restoration process would definitely go on till evening is what we believe, or it might take more time too, because now you see all these machines which are already in action there. You see the JCBs, you see the cranes which are dismantling these coaches which had derailed right there, and this is being done through a long and meticulous process. Why we say meticulous is because of the fact that the NDRF, that is the National Disaster Rescue Force, along with the SDRF are going in, searching manually through all the corners there, and they're also trying to get into the spots which are congested and very tricky for them to be doing so, and therefore this is taking in a lot of time, because the railways was very quick to go ahead and make sure that the coaches from both these trains, that is the Raigarh Express as well as the Palasa Express, the remaining coaches which was not damaged was taken away in the opposite directions to the nearest railway stations. But what remains to be a task for them is to go ahead and clear out the remaining coaches which are right there at the center of the track as well. So you can see these heavy machinery which has been deployed now to make sure that it is cleared immediately. Secondly, now looking at the fact that the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy will be here shortly. We are expecting that he will be there somewhere post afternoon as well. The STRF and NDRF are making doubly sure to make sure that there is nobody inside before dismantling the coaches, and therefore they're stating that this should be done in a careful and meticulous manner. Apart from which, the Chief Public Relations Officer had also pointed out that this was a man-made error too. So they are basically going ahead and checking the signal junctions out there and making sure that everything is set in place, everything is all right as well. The alignment of the tracks is something that they were looking into. We saw that the restoration process was underway mainly, and we saw that a few of these engines were passing by, the rail engines were passing by to make sure that there was no sort of problem. Just to go ahead and just taking a look, a 360-degree view, turning towards the backside as well, where there are several other engines which are also here, which goes on and sees that they have been moving to and forth, meaning to state that they're checking whether everything is in place. Because look at the place where I am walking through, you can see that there has been a few of these rails which has been removed. There has been the other rails which has been installed now as well, so that the tracks are in order and there is no sort of problem too. And therefore they're going in and out to make sure that there is no problem, because remember that this particular, this particular junction connects the south to the north as well as to the west too. And this is considered to be a very important junction because we are seeing that 22 trains have now been cancelled. Over 15 to 20 of them have been rescheduled now. So this is turning out to be a major problem for them. So therefore they are speeding up the entire process. And at the same point of time, the debris as well as the coaches which was seen are being removed, and they are not being taken away to a completely isolated spot. They're just being moved to the side of this particular railway track, because where I am standing right now, this is the main track here, Nupur, to give a better understanding. This is the main track that we are looking at. The one on the left is where where one of the trains was coming in through, and when they shifted from the main track to the side track, that is when this entire tragedy happened, is what sources in the know are going ahead and pointing out. So we will have to wait and watch out for the developments that will take place through the day. But yes, they are going ahead and trying to speed up the entire restoration process so that the movement of the trains will not be affected. And we are expecting that the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister will also shortly be arriving at the spot.
Right, absolutely. As you're pointing out, it does appear an initial report suggested that it could have been a human error that caused this huge accident. But obviously, that will be a matter of the inquiry. But how long will it take for train services in this area to be restored?
Nupur, from what sources are stating, it will take another 8 to 12 hours is what we get to understand, because as I was saying earlier as well, it is a very meticulous process to make sure that if there are anybody alive, if there are any remote possibilities or chances, and therefore they are doing it manually, because once they start using the machines, there might be chances that if there is anybody, they might get injured as well. So that is taking in a lot of time as well. From what we get to understand, around 2 more coaches right there at the center of the track. This is the center of the track where I'm standing at. So it might take several hours as well, but to completely dismantle them and move them to the side is something which will take around 8 to 12 hours. So we can expect services to resume early since morning, but we will need to wait in for an official update from the Railway Ministry.
All right. For the moment, Prajwal reporting from the site of the collision. Thank you for joining us. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you through the day to get more updates on the situation.
ट्रैक का रिस्टोरेशन का काम अभी हमने फोकस किया है। जो लोगों को रेस्क्यू करने का काम था वो कल रात को हमने करीब 12 बजे तक वो क्लियर हो गया था। वर्तमान हम लोग एक्सग्रेसिया और कंपेंसेशन का पेमेंट जो है वो भी चालू है। ट्रैक रेस्टोरेशन हम लोग आज आशा है कि आज शाम तक जो सिंपल इंजरीज थे उनको हमने नज़दीकी जो अलमंडा का हॉस्पिटल है वहाँ पे हमने फर्स्ट एड वगैरह करके उनको जाने दिया है, और जो ग्रीवियस इंजरीज हो गए उनको विजयनगरम और विशाखापट्टनम ऐसे कुछ हॉस्पिटल्स में शिफ्ट किया। बाकी स्ट्रैंडेड पैसेंजर्स के लिए हमने ट्रेन और बसेस का इंतजाम किया था, उनके थ्रू से वहाँ अभी किसी को दिक्कत नहीं है।
Both are passenger trains. One train, the prima facie seems to be that the train which has come from rear, it has possibly overshot, but it is premature on my part to confirm the same, pending the investigation. The investigation would be a detailed process, and let it get complete. Once that is there, we'll be able to confirm what will be the exact cause of the stranded passengers have been taken care of. There is a helpline number. Our teams at Visakhapatnam, at Vijayanagaram, at Kantakapalli and Almanda all are taking care, and